Today with a Vivi OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. And everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Raythax, thank you so much. What a fantastic start of the stream. For a $20 super chat saying Gen Con, baby. And yes, I own GenCon.eth. Raythax, you've been going there the last few years. I haven't gone. I probably should have gone this year. I know you are busy. Not next week, the week afterwards. I know you're planning your wedding and all that. But we do have some things to go over. But again, thank you for stopping by. You go take those people at Tabletop Gaming. You take all that. Comment, like, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. Do what Raythax does in that super chat. And Raythax.eth, domain name. King of domain names. I'll start with Raythax. Raythax has cemented himself as an erudite of all things investing, where you go on and he is never wrong, whether it's Axie Infinity, whether it is Earth 2, whether it is OMI and Vivi, whether it is domain names that it made, XRP, anything that he is invested in. It's like Jerry Bruckheimer of films. Anything he touches turns to gold. Anything that Raythax invests in automatically goes up. Not financial advice. So this is a very dark day for crypto. Well, not really. Yes and no. It should be good at some point, but right now everyone's really having a knee-jerk reaction. Because yesterday, the USA credit rating went from AAA, which it definitely should not have been anyway, to AA+. Also something it should not have been. We do not deserve a AAA rating. The US does not deserve a AA+ rating. The same thing happened like 10 years ago. I remember people going like, oh my god, the world is over. Everyone's going to leave the dollar. They're going to go to the yuan. They're going to go to the Swiss franc. And it's like, okay, did some people do that? Sure. As long as the dollar is still tied to oil, it's going to be fine. But again, you do have these knee-jerk reactions from the market. You have PayPal, you have Qualcomm, you have Shop, all of them down like 8% over the course of the last 24 hours, many of them after hours. But yeah, it's been not good. And crypto down the same exact thing. So I'll start with the OMI. Meow, meow, meow. Actually, let me start with the other altcoins real quick before I get this done. We have GrumpyCat. The same thing, down 11% over the last 24 hours. So that has not been good for the GrumpyCat, despite it having some good news, some new things coming along. 4chan has had an additional 5%. So what you have with 4chan is a lot of these 4chaners are going and they're taking all of the green tech stories, the hysterical ones that probably shouldn't be joked about in public. But then again, there were a ton of 9/11 jokes the last 24 hours with Japanese Twitter or Japanese X that have been going on, and they've been saying, oh, hey, Barbenheimer, and they've been posting photos of Barbie and Osama bin Laden, and it has been god-awful. But there are many that find that quite hysterical, particularly the 4chan crowd. 4chan is really where you go to joke about things that should not be joked about, such as that. And yeah, so what a lot of the 4chaners have been doing, they've just been spreading the memes everywhere, been spreading the just spreading the lols. And when you have a really good base like that, they already have 6,000 plus wallets that hold the 4chan token. It's only going to grow from there, in my opinion. Not financial advice. And then I did that. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna get to the OMI right now. OMI is actually outperformed most of the rest of the market. OMI is down only about 0.4% over the last 24 hours since the news broke. And we are at 00062, only 648,000, so really not something I would like to see. You see here yesterday when you had that, when the news broke, everything went down. Again, I'll just show you over on this as well. Over the last 24 hours, nothing in the top 10 is up. The least loser was Ethereum, down 1.6%. Everything else was down 4, 5, 6, 7%. Even in the top 25, DAI is the only thing that is. Oh no, that's a stablecoin. Never mind. Outside of stablecoins, nothing's been up except for Filecoin in the number 31 spot. So yeah, pretty heckin' wild. We do have quite a bit to go. We have a bunch of Vivi news to go over today. So I will get to questions eventually, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Particularly, Sergio Collects was over on Twitter, quite beside himself yesterday, going with today's comic, and I understand why. He says, Why is adjusting the supply to meet current demand so hard to do? And he was talking about today's comic, which was the last of the Clan McDuck. Everyone comment down below if you have ever watched Rugrats and get the Clan of the Duck, that reference. Fill in a little where the Clan of the Duck. Anyway, these had 10,000 units and only like 2,500 of them, maybe even like 2,350 of them had sold. So you only really had about 24,000 in volume on the day from this, just from the store, and that's really not good. Now, granted, is this a really big comic? No, I don't. I mean, I do love an origin story, and to be honest, this is something I would read if I didn't just buy. I'll go over that what I just bought later in the video before I get to the comments. But if I didn't just buy that, I would totally buy one of these, where you have. I'm sure they're $3. I'm sure they're less than $3 for these. The commons are. It is not showing me. Oh, here we go. Yes, the commons are exactly $2. The uncommons probably $2.35. No, they're $2.99. So yeah, they're, like I said, not a ton of stuff for that. But Metaverse Life goes and says, because Vivi doesn't always set the edition size, licensors do. Now, granted, this is not an always thing. It's not always up to the licensor. It's not always up to Vivi. They do have a hand depending on who it is. But this one, it does happen to be up to the licensor. David even liked the tweet. David had been tweeting up a storm, and we'll go over a bunch of his tweets in a little bit. One of the other things, the updates that Vivi had on their app is you have the YouTube that you could watch straight off the app. Really, really loving this. Now, do I really wish that... I would say at 98% love this. The only other reason why I don't love this as much is just because, well, if they find the video on here, they might not go to YouTube. They might not go, and the YouTube might not grow. If you can get it here, why go to YouTube? But that's the other thing. If you were going to find out something about this, and Corey, shout out to him, does an amazing job with all these videos, putting out facts that most people probably wouldn't know unless they did heavy research, or unless you're a real big comic head, like Sleeping Comics, or like Sean from Comics and Crypto, any of those guys. Unless you're really a big comic head, you really wouldn't know a lot of the things that Corey has said. And you just have the... you just have that breakdown, which is really cool. So a lot more time is being spent on the app. I guess that is what people want. I mean, they are going to have messages at some point. They are going to have a little bit more of a social media aspect. We already have the feed right now, which is cool. You can tag people in it. You can do all that jazz. But the more time people spend on the app, the better. Eventually, you may or may not see ads on the app. I'm 100% expecting ads in the Viviverse. Like, maybe not right out the gate, but I would say at some point you would see ads there. And same thing like YouTube, same thing like TikTok, whatever it is. Upgrade to a premium account, Vivi Plus, Vivi Promo, Vivi VIP, whatever you want to call it. Oh, pay $15 a month. You don't need to see any ads. Where other people, every now and then, they'll see billboards for whatever it is. They'll see billboards for whatever. They'll have, I don't know. Just because that's going to be a major revenue thing for Vivi in the future. Like, probably, depends on how many people we get there. An extra couple million, I'd say, each year, give or take. But that's if there's just a moderate amount of people. I mean, you could have in the Viviverse on any given day in the future, especially if we have big collabs. Like, let's say you have like Mr. Beast, and I'll get into the advertising again later in the video. But let's say you have something like Mr. Beast, who has, I don't know, like a couple Super Bowls on his channel on every single video that he does. Super Bowl, I think for a commercial costs what, like $4 million for 30 seconds. You do something like that in the Viviverse, yeah, you could charge quite a lot of money. That could be a ton of extra money going to Vivi. Anyway, moving on here. Happiness is the floor, sobriety. All right, so we did have some comparisons. Note that the Todd first appearance on Vivi does have a higher floor than the signed and animated Todd on McFarlane. It's just something to think about right now. Only maybe 100 to 200 of the Todd McFarlanes were signed from Todd McFarlane himself. They all were individual signatures, by the way. Like, no one is the same. So I do like that. I think that is really cool. But be advised, there are 7,500 Todds on Vivi. That being said, there are probably well over 1,000 that are in accounts that are suspected to be bot accounts. So those should be considered staked, maybe not burned right now, but they are out of circulation. So that is something to be advised on that. If you can attach, if Vivi will attach signatures on the blockchain for themselves eventually. When they do that, I don't think Todd would go and do it, but I do think that adds a whole new level to collecting. That'll add a whole new level to this. Like, and you could probably have it by multiple people. Let's say like Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. You know, do you want him signed by? Oh, that is Jim Halpert. I would want it signed by Jim Halpert. I would want it signed by just because Office reference. He was a fan favorite to get that. You know, do I want it signed by the dude who played Kylo Ren, Adam Driver, as the next one because he's gonna be the next Reed Richards? Yeah, sure, I could get another one signed by him, but you know, Office peeps, Jim Halpert for the win. Anywho, moving on. Trades, offer, yep, doing that. Half dimes, sorry, got it. All right, so the Third Web. Third Web has 72,000 followers, and they had gone on and posted, digital collectibles are booming. The world's most recognizable IP is being reimagined as NFTs unlock new revenue for IP owners. This is not about Vivi. It says last week, Rareable, McFarlane Toys, and Third Web partnered to launch DC Official's first big drop with Batman. So I remember going over that tweet. That tweet, it had a good 16 hours to marinate, to get all these viewers, to get all the traction and impressions, and it got like 5,400 impressions. And Rareable is it's nothing to sneeze at. Rareable has like almost 500,000 followers over on the Twitter. And again, that tweet with them and DC and, you know, McFarlane Toys, you know, only getting 5,400 impressions on that, you know, really kind of begs the question how much that is, how much activity, you know, that's going to get, and how much advertising to specifically Web3 is really gonna do. That being said, we did have a bunch of Vivi fam on this post say like, oh, hey, the first Batman, you say, and then posting pictures of the Todd. I just thought that was really fun. Again, why people collect a bunch of things, always on golden auctions, always on heritage auctions, but on eBay, you have a couple of people getting some original Barbies over here that are paying $10,000, $9,000, $8,300, just paying a bunch for just Barbies that seem to be outside of the box. They don't seem to be in any type of mint condition at all. But this is from vintage 1959. Yeah, they're going crazy with that. Boosters. Speaking of collectibles, we had Post Malone, who had purchased the Magic the Gathering, the One Ring, trading for $2.6 million. This is the most expensive Magic the Gathering card of all time, crushing the previous record of $800,000. So shout out to Post Malone, who I think is worth about 50 mil, so 2.6 mil, not really too big of a deal for him, only about 5% of his net worth. And I guess he's a big nerd, so yeah. I'm not going to mention that. Slum Doge Millionaire is still holding all of his GrumpyCat coin, has also been accumulating more during the bear market. It'll be one of the big winners in the bull run. I believe that as well. We have Gwintron over on the Twitter saying, we just wanted to remind everyone that even though a newer, prettier, more colorful, and possibly scarcer version of Elsa is coming out this Friday, this is still the first appearance, and he's got 4 of those Elsa golden moments. Absolutely beautiful. I love Gwintron. I gotta get him on the podcast. He's great. 31, okay, no, that's other stuff, Star Wars. Already went over the credit swaps. Vivi Fox, Rootless Girl, here we go. Shout out to her. I love her. She is senpai. And she goes and says, the monthly Vivi Market Pulse is the monthly, not on the weekly. So this is throughout the month of July. Now, June, people were just like, oh God, because the month of May was really good because Star Wars month, May the 4th be with you. You had a bunch of things with Luke Skywalker. Star Wars in general. Star Wars month is very hard to beat. So that was a very good month. June, I don't want to say was bad, but not as good as May. And again, part of the reason is because it didn't have Luke Skywalker. It didn't have the Star Wars stuff. Oh yeah, I've had her on the channel before. I've been trying to get her again. She's just really, really busy. But yeah, I'll totally get her. I think she was my 99th. She's in like from like 80 to 100. I think 100 was Darcy Donovan. But yeah, she's like number 90 something, I believe, on my podcast. Now, granted, I'm up to 170 something now, 180 something, 190. Yeah, I got to get her on. Anyway, this was quite a big increase over from the month of June. So this is month over month. This is not year over year. But the active wallets raised almost 20%. 1985, Bowling for Soup. Comment all your favorite Bowling for Soup songs down below. But this one was up 19.85% to 28,422 wallets. The amount of trades were relatively even. It was still up 2.64%, but 178,289. Now, you might be saying, oh, okay, so just the amount of wallets went up, but the amount of money going in was relatively the same because the trades were like that. But I will say no, because the amount of buyers were also up 21%, bringing us up to almost just shy of 15,000 different wallets that were trading, that were actively buying. Now the amount of sellers were buying as well, because you do have a bunch of these. You had a couple of the ones that were really scarce, so you go and you buy, you hit sell. I mean, this was Comic-Con month, so I did expect this to be a really big month as well. Those comics that we got on that Thursday and Friday of Comic-Con, anyone who got those, most people sold, because you got it for like $7, $10, whatever it was, able to sell for like 200, 300 bucks. My boy Mike got the number 41 of that Venom one, sold for like $16.50. That was a brilliant play. Anyway, we have here the amount of tokens minted actually went down to 123,596, but it did go down about 8%. And the amount of minters obviously had gone up 22%. So you did have a lot of people come in and decide that it was worth it to mint, regardless of what happened in the secondary. They thought, hey, this is a good idea. I don't think any of this really had to do with not Magic Mike, Wreck-It Ralph, just because we haven't gotten those airdrop pencils yet. I'm not sure when we will. We do have Arendelle on Friday, where we have Frozen, Anna, Elsa, and Olaf. But again, we haven't gotten the pencils from the first drop yet. I'm imagining because there's going to be so many of those that they're going to be allowed for the secondary market. So I don't think any of these were because of Wreck-It Ralph. That being said, the crafting, I've heard some mixed reviews about it. I think it's cool. If you're going to buy these anyway, again, regardless of what they do in the first, like 3-6 months, I don't think there are any of these that are coming out that are going to be below retail in a year from now. I don't think any of them, like the Elsa. Now, the Elsa is not animated, so it's not like the Iron Man. It's not gonna be like $200. But Elsa is so big. I don't know if anyone remembers, and I'll go over all of this in my video on it on Friday before the drop. But for those of you that do not know, in late 2013, Frozen came out. It was cool. It was great. The military had a big kick with it, singing it in the day rooms. And where am I going? You could say I was a casual fan. Yeah, let it go. And then also, again, you see a couple of people in the Air Force just enjoying. You see Anna on the screen over there. It was a little bit of a break that we had. That song took over the world for like a year. People were singing it upside down and backwards. I even learned Let It Go in Russian, known as Отпусти и забудь. I'll totally sing it for you guys on Friday. That is one of the things, I would say, if the internet was as big in 2014 as it was, if the internet was as big in 1995 as it was in 2014, I would say The Lion King probably would have done around the same. I'd like to think that Lion King is a little bit better, but again, that's because I'm from that age. That's what I grew up with. But again, I was already well into adulthood by the time Frozen came out, and there's zero doubt in my mind that Elsa will not be, I don't know, $100 in the future too. And again, you're probably gonna be able to get her for like $50, $60. And again, right now, most of the people on here, I'll show you my YouTube analytics, is between the ages of like 35 and 55. Like I would say 35 to 45 is probably like the meat and potatoes of the people that watch me. Which if you extrapolate that out, again, like most of them dudes. There's like 1% of women that watch me here. And I would say, yeah, and obviously not financial advice. I don't want to seem like a forward looking statement, but it's probably not a bad idea if you wanted to stack Elsa's. For both her golden moments and this price. Where was I? Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Pi. The Pi token, which I'll get to in a minute. All right. So there's been an uptick in people asking about Pi. Link down below to that network. What it is just, I think, a couple guys from Cornell. Yeah, like 3 people from Cornell. They decided to do something where it doesn't cost anything. You go in and you click a button, and then it mines in the background. I haven't noticed any slowing down with the processor. I haven't noticed any interferences with anything. You don't know that it's mining, and eventually, you have people in your circle, they mine. You can only mine if you have somebody else's referral code, so my referral code down below. Granted, I've been doing this for like 2-ish years now. So I have like 50,000 pi, and if you go and you get everyone to KYC in your group, all the pi that you mine, from their groups and the shared groups, it goes to you. Out of the 50,000 pi that I've mined, I think I've only have access to like 800 of it because nobody in the group has KYC'd. So if you and your buddies have been having this for a while and you want to go, like, by all means, go and get it. I do think there's going to be a lot of sell pressure as soon as we're able to go right to the mainnet and sell. Because right now, if you want to buy pi, you can. It's at like $26 per pi per token. But again, like I don't really see a ton of use case right now. I know some Japanese websites allow you to buy stuff with it. But again, right now on the app, on the Pi browser, you can't go and switch that to a mainnet. You can't put that to an exchange. So as of right now, it's kind of useless. You could only use the Pi that you buy on the exchange. If anyone else has anything to add, comment that down below. But yeah, again, if you want to do it right now, probably too late, probably not worth it. But again, just my opinion. Okay, so MicroStrategy plans to sell 750 million in stock to buy more Bitcoin. They didn't say it was to buy more Bitcoin, but let's face it, that's Michael. Michael said he was going to do what he's going to do. David Hewitt responded to a tweet before to Savdad888 and Callie Brooke saying you're on, but the tweet was deleted, so I'm not 100% sure what that was. More advertising from Vivi. I think. I don't know. I just, kind of putting 2 and 2 together. Like 2 months ago, David was on Vivi Magic's channel, said they got approved for advertising. They can go start doing the stuff. And since then, you've seen a lot of different people, especially on Twitter. Crypto Arya started talking about them again, but I don't think that has anything to do with the advertising. I think things are just picking up, and he picked up on that. But we do have Mattyverse, who has 223,000 followers over on Twitter, saying 13 iconic brands and their first ever NFTs, forgotten in time with some under $10 in this bear market. If NFTs go mainstream, some of these will become grails. And it's a thread. He's got, again, 13 of them. But number 9 was DC, saying the first DC digital collectibles were released on Vivi Official. They're also the first collectibles on the app and the first Batman NFTs. And then number 10, hit him with the 1-2, saying number 10 is Marvel. The first Marvel licensed collectibles also on the Vivi Official app. There are a few varieties of these, and the cheapest is around $80. Now, if you go through that entire thread and take a look at the ones with the most interactions, most quotes, the most retweets, the most comments, and the most love, the most likes, it is number 9 and 10, Vivi fam showing up strong. If I didn't know anything about Vivi and I was coming in right now and I look at all of these things, again, separately, it's like, oh, cool, the Vivi fam spammed this guy, or oh, cool, they're paying people to talk about Vivi, but again, not everyone is being paid. There's a lot, like, I've never received any penny from Vivi. I mean, the blue and silver logo, sure, but they gave that out to 400 other people aside from me, so can't really say that. Yeah, and again, I don't do this for like the money. Like, I do this because it's like a passion project. Just YouTube in general. Starting with Pokemon sales data, going to Tesla, going to high risk lending, going to, Earth 2. I just talk about what I'm passionate about, and it happens to be this. This is fun. This is like, even if I wasn't partnered with YouTube, if YouTube didn't have a partnership program where I get a little bit of money each month, I would still do it. Again, I started YouTube not getting paid, not really expecting to. And then having this here is just, kind of the cherry on top. I don't even like cherries, but yeah, that just goes to show all the Vivi fam showing out for everyone. And this is, there's a huge accident outside my building today. Size, Bitey, more YouTube. Okay, so they did announce Elsa, obviously, for this, but if you go and you take a look at the list that they had given out, like 2 weeks ago, was like, okay, you're going to get all of these. The Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Lion King, Peter Pan, Aladdin, and we didn't know which order they would be in. But as of right now, it does seem to be the order that they said. So first was Wreck-It Ralph, next is Frozen, we get that, and then hopefully, it's probably not going to be for another month or so, but yeah, Lion King, Pride Rock character series. Please give me Mufasa. It's not all I care about. If we don't get Simba on that, I get it. Some people will probably riot. But if you go on the pins, if you take a look at those, I think we were supposed to get Simba in the platinum moments, which I guess we still might, because Woody, second appearance of Woody, second appearance of, or I guess like the 8th appearance of Mickey Mouse, and Donald as well. So I guess Simba could be both. You can get him on the Pride Rock, and then you can get him in the platinum moments. They're both going to be good. They're both super special. I'm not going to say it's not going to matter. Obviously, first appearance should matter a little bit more. But that's the other thing. They all look insane. So after Lion King, you're going to get Peter Pan, and then you get Aladdin. We're going to finish that. That'd be great if we could get something with Genie. But we had Sergio, who went over on and said, hey guys, take a look at these two things. Take a look at the top row and the bottom row. And they look the same. They look exactly the same. And one is movie quality and one is Vivi quality. Which is which? And I could not tell. But the top row is the Vivi quality. The bottom row is the movie quality. So whatever you prefer. Again, I honestly couldn't tell. And if I didn't memorize that beforehand, I still wouldn't be able to tell. The quality has been absolutely outrageous. And David Yu had gone on before. Oh, I don't have it. I must have been in my other. Must have been on my tablet. Somebody had just mentioned it, and David said, "Look at the neck," as just poking fun of Elektra. Because in case you're pretty new here, last year we had Elektra from Daredevil drop in like 4 different poses, and her neck was like giraffe neck. Like it didn't look the best, and David's just poking fun at that. Either poking fun at that or poking fun of the artist who made Elektra. I don't know who made Elektra. I don't know who made these. But again, David not shying away from laughing at certain things. Now, moving on. All right, so SquidCat had gone on and posted, Gold Dragons by the numbers. These numbers are as of 27 May 2023. Wow, why that far back? Anyway, it was him saying there are 638 people that have won Golden Dragon, and not the Golden Dragon girl. These little bad boys, these little cute chibi things. I have one as well. But it says, I'll try to get the updated numbers next week. And 40 people had 2 of them, 7 people had 3 of them, 6 people have 4 of them, 2 people have 5 of them, and 3 people have 6 of them. And I think he himself has 10. And Vivi and the licensors have 106 combined. So yeah, there is this little thing does have a cult following. I think it's like $400. And again, they do giveaways for if you go and you stake this. If you put it up for 88,000, again, you do have to message SquidCat or Mike Cat, 2 T's, number 4, over there. Message him. He'll give you an email. He'll give you what to put in there. He'll confirm it, and you get a little bit of OMI every single month. And there are other giveaways. There's beer. There's vacations every now and then. They do a lot for it. Anywho, speaking of OMI Daily Burn, he had said, and the numbers on this, we have until tomorrow. Tomorrow? All right, we have until Friday in order to redeem your Boo door to get you the Pixar posters. Currently, right now, there are 235 Miguel posters. There are 307 Woody posters and 291 Nemos. Those are the posters right there. And if you want, those are pretty scarce, especially Miguel's. Miguel's will probably be worth something. I mean, they're just because of the scarcity, they're worth a decent amount right now. There are not going to be a lot of people that will be able to get all of those. And again, the platinum moments in the future are probably going to be really, really good. Because there's an episode of Gilmore Girls where Paris is talking to the rest of they do a weekly paper, and she's talking to the rest of the paper because she's editor. She's like, this is the 75th anniversary. We cannot mess this up. And Madeline or Louise, one of them is just like, oh, hey, why does the 75th anniversary matter? I mean, nobody did anything special for 74th anniversary. And then she looks at them like, she just lost brain cells by sharing the same breathing space with them. Basically, numbers matter, whether it's 25, 50, 75, or 100. There's not going to be anything this epic. I don't even think 200 is as good as 100. I'd say 250 is better than 100. There's not going to be anything this epic from Disney for quite a long time. I do not think that this shouldn't be real. Like the timing of this came too perfectly. This does not make sense that that everything fell under Vivi, uniting under one app. This is incredible. Anywho, speaking of Vivi and other things, in continuing celebration of 60 years of Bond, MGM and Eon are dropping another selection of rare iconic 007 posters. The 4th series drops in blind box waitlist format on the Saturday, August 5th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you got that little gold and silver Vivi logo down at the bottom. I wonder what that means. I feel like that's going to mean something in the future. I don't know what. Comment down below all your theories. Take a shot. Oh, I want to do this. Take a shot every time Barbie says the word patriarchy and you'll pass out before the movie ends. I kind of want to do that. Who wants to go with me? So that's fun. There's this. Shout out to Jeremy Pador, who had, because of me, he completed a collection of his in Pokemon, and I love him. Oh, all right. So here's why I might not go for Elsa right away. It's because. Well, I got 2 things recently. I got a Mr. Fantastic number 65. Very nice. How much? And then I got an Invisible Woman number 64. So pretty much out of gems. I am going to go for the comic tomorrow. Again, the comic tomorrow, in case you guys haven't noticed, it is a key comic. It's the first appearance of the Skrulls when we did just have, what do you call it? We did just have Secret Invasion end. That was supposed to be, it was supposed to end the week before Ms. Marvel came out, or the Marvels, and the Marvels were supposed to come out, but they had delayed that until November, so we'll get that in November. But so it is going to be kind of a, oh yeah, I remember this. Like, you might have to watch it again before you see the Marvels. It's supposed to lead right into that. But anyway, the Skrulls were a big, major part of that. There's Super Skrulls. There's a bunch of other things. People die, and I was not okay with it. Anyway, that Skrull comic that we're getting tomorrow, Fantastic Four number 2, first appearance of any Skrull ever, in a 9.6, has not sold for over 10 years. In 2012, right before the world was supposed to end, it had sold for $50,000. So wind the clocks forward 11 years to now, I no doubt in my mind that would go for 250,000, if not more. Again, a 9.6 hasn't sold in that long. So I would say if you want to get that, it's probably a good idea. I'm going to get that tomorrow. And it's something that I'll probably hold unless I get a secret rare and I can flip it real quick. But and then this way I'll get more Marvel Mighties. Again, anything in my Vivi ecosystem stays in the Vivi ecosystem. Even if I cash it out, I usually just buy OMI. So moving on here. Let it go. Let it in. 2008. Oh, we have Bob Sales saying, I don't even like Frozen, and yet he has Frozen Funko Pops, and David had said, I know deep down you do. Yes, he does. Oh, yeah, there it is. David saying, look at that neck. Girl, look at that neck. And that's it. Okay, so I know I've been talking for 30-something minutes, and I have so many, oh, God, I have so many messages. Oh, God, I'm not gonna get back to those. Okay, I'm gonna get to comments. I'm gonna be a half hour behind, but it's okay. We have Mr. MC1 saying, I follow this content and I'm so excited to listen live. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. MC1. I love you. Raythak saying, Gen Con, baby. And yes, I own GenCon.eth. Dude, I love you so much. Shout out to Raythak. Thank you for the super chat. You mean the best. Mr. MC1 says July was better than June. It was much better. Month over month, it was much better. And again, you had Comic-Con in here. You had a couple of really awesome stuff in July that dropped. Can we keep it going? I mean, now we do have a little bit more people going into advertising, a lot of big names really talking about us, and ooh, there's a fly. What's that up? Oh no, it's a fly. And again, when people sign up, when I signed up in February of 2021, I didn't really buy anything until at least a month later, but April is really when I started buying. I would say for this, you could take a look at all of the, like 100-something people signed up just to Comic-Con. Not all of them are going to buy things right away. Some people are going to go and wait a month, meaning in August, and they're going to start buying. So we might see even more coming in. But some people just jump in. Again, Vivi Magic, I've told the story like 3 different times. Vivi Magic had said she had met someone on like Thursday or Friday, and then like 2 days later, she met that dude again at Comic-Con, and he's like, I spent like $10,000 on the app in like 2 days. And she's like, oh my God. Yeah, pretty crazy. Smarty Pants says, let's go. Darth Chaos says, hello there. Oh, General Darth Chaos. JL says, let's go Vivi. Phil Anderson in the house. JK. Oh, okay. Dunas Kalapa says, 4chan token, let's go. Prince Toby says, yo, was good, Randy. The Frozen drop is definitely going to be big. I remember when I was 5 and my grandma put on Frozen for me for some reason. Given I'm a guy, not a girl, but I actually loved it. I don't know why. Because it's awesome. Dude, that music. For anyone that was an angsty teen, where it's just like, I don't know, like, I can't really explain, like, the, hey, having to go and try and do things on your own, having to try to go and say, like, the limits that break through. Yeah, testing your limits. I don't know, just, cold never bothered me anyway. When you're a teen, it doesn't bother you. And again, I was in my 20s when this movie had come out, but um, I don't know. It's something. I feel like it. I don't know the right words for this. It strikes a chord in everyone for different reasons, and I think that's really what a lot of great art and a lot of great writing is all about. Having saying one thing and having so many different interpretations of it, and having so many people believe that interpretation is right and just, and it's just it just created, and it's a good fun story. All off is fun. You have they kind of make fun of themselves, like, oh, you can't marry someone you just met today, and um, yeah, and I don't know if anyone's ever had one of those friends that you could go months without talking, and then you see each other again, and then it's like you just saw each other the day before. You see that with the sisters, where they haven't really talked a lot because Elsa locks herself in a room, and Arendelle closed off to everyone, and then suddenly, oh, chocolate, and then they just they get along perfectly. Like, oh, they did that really well. They're really sisters. And again, I'll go through a bunch of the lore and a bunch of the stuff on that video that I do on Friday. I'll just go live for it for an hour. I'll just talk nothing but Elsa. Anywho, moving on. JL says, I've been buying OG things everyone has ignored. Also picked up a Hawk Girl. I think that's what she's called. Yeah, I love Hawk Girl. Shayera. She is Faye. She's in the original, not the original. She's in the Justice League in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then Justice League Unlimited. But yeah, I really love her. She hooks up with Green Lantern. I should not. That's spoilers. She has a kid. More spoilers. Dude, it's so good. It's a really, really good. I love that character. I love she gets in bar fights. She's just badass. I love her. And then you have, yeah, the OG things. Like I said, I just picked up a Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic sub 100. I'm not like going for a complete sub 100 set of those. I don't think that would be possible for me anymore without spending thousands. Just because I mean, you can get a thing probably for a couple hundred, then you can get a Johnny Storm for a couple hundred, but the Doctor Doom one would be exceedingly difficult to get because he's just hard already. The Doctor Doom for that one is just he's a better villain than Red Skull. He's 150 on his, and that's his base. You can get a number 48 for 800. I think that's really good. So, all right, 150 for the base. So I would say anything under 100 for him should probably be, even if you just do a 3x, which for this type of thing you should do a 4x. But let's just say a 3x. That's 450. And then for a sub 50, you double it. So that would be 900. So getting a number 48 for 800. Now, I get it. You could get a Todd for that. Cool. But as we've gone over before, even with 1,000 of them locked up, there's still 6,500 Todds. There are only 59 available sub 100 Doctor Dooms. And now I know he himself has 5,000 mints. But yeah, that's really interesting. I will not get that unless something crazy happens in real life that, if I win Lotto tomorrow, the 1.25 billion that Mega Millions is at, and I'm the sole winner, I will buy most things on the app. One OMI will do a 5x within a month, because again, it's going to take a little while to get that money. OMI will do a 5x. Partner Satchel will like double. Alligator Lokis will cease to exist because they'll have them all. And yeah, a bunch of the Marvel Mighties. Like I will pull a Dr. Profit on everyone, and I'll have more collectibles than Dr. Profit. Again, that's if I'm a sole winner of that, and let's say I take home lump sum, let's say 500 million. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll spend a cool couple million on the app, and a bunch of millions on OMI. I'll get I'll probably get a couple billion OMI. I mean, be advised that the liquidity down here is like nothing. So it if I were to try to put in $100,000, I probably couldn't do that in a day. I'd probably have to do 10,000 here, 10,000 there, 10,000 there. And even if I did do that during a day, the price would easily double, would probably double, like maybe 2.5x. And some people might dump on that, so maybe it might not sustain. But again, that's just $100,000. I'm going to put millions into this, into trying to get a billion OMI. Yeah, the price would 5x very easily. And again, this is what I mean. One person can come in and do some damage. They do. You know, put in like 10 grand, and you're going to pump it like 30%. It's so stupid how illiquid it is down here and how easy it is for it to pump. Anywho, moving on. Let's see what we got. Come on now. Oh yeah, I'm done with that. All right, comments. Bob Sales, what's up, Bob Sales? I'm just talking about you. All good things. That is a Frozen reference. JL says, I also buy low edition super rare comics. I'm a master collector still, even with just level 37 MCP. Very nice. Very nice. Good for you. How many points do you get in JL each day? I'm curious. JL says the Fantastic Four number 2 drop tomorrow will be huge. I think it is. It is tomorrow, and I can't heckin' wait. Mr. MC1 says, yes, that YouTube link from the app for promo materials is good. Corey's vids are incredible. Agreed 100,000%. Prince Toby says, why do scrolls in Fantastic Four number 2 drop be looking so derpy? They look like weird green colored knockoff goldfish with the weirdest looking sci-fi gun I've ever seen. Well, this was made quite a long time ago, but let's, oh yeah, they do be looking derpy though. All right, what year did this actually come out? Does it say? It doesn't say. First appearance of the Skrulls. I mean, it's got to be a long ass time ago. And it might. Oh, 61. Okay, so you got. Oh no, the Vivi app just forced me out. It force closed on me. Oh, okay. Call me that. Call me maybe. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Sorry. Moving on here. But yeah, that is weird that happened. Smarty Pants says 4chan and GrumpyCat are the sleeping giants of the meme coin space, hands down. Agreed. And Smarty Pants knows what he's talking about. He's in the top 100 wallets over on Vivi. I myself, a mere mortal, am just in the top 400, but he is in the top 100 wallets. He's like in the top 50. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, 816 points. I'm usually only getting about 775, 770 per day, but I just made a couple purchases, so I'm at 816. And tomorrow will be my 500th comic. Oh, can't wait. And I have 888 collectibles. It's a good day. It's a good time. Lots of luck. Smarty Pam says, already almost $50,000 deep in GrumpyCat and 4chan combined, so I know they are special. Jesus, man. All right, we got to get that to pump for you. The Big Meme Head 21 says, with all the crazy 4chan stuff, how has it not been shut down for something like hate speech? You can't. You cannot shut 4chan down. It is impossible. And if somebody attempted to and they succeeded for half a day, that's it. They're completely going haywire, and you'll see it back. You'll see 3 different 4chan sites with triple the amount of traffic. Listen, I already did a video on how 4chan literally helped take out an ISIS training camp. I was there for that. I was in I was in Kuwait for this. I did a whole video on it. I'll do a quick story right now, where we all get an email, hey, new ISIS training video, blah, blah, blah. It was trash, like it always is. They don't have like production quality, they don't have a budget for that. And on 4chan, the video leaked to 4chan, was not me. It was just there. Somebody's like, I think I know where this is. And I was like, what? And then I was like, I go to my captain, I was like, hey, there's someone on 4chan that thinks they know where this ISIS training camp is. And first, I should have first said, like, it wasn't me that leaked the video, somebody else leaked the video. And afterwards, she's just like, listen, I can't bring this to higher ups just on, like, some person who you can't tell me who they are says that they know where the ISIS training camp is. It's like, hey guys, can you, like, try to find proof of this? And by the time, like, I try to bring something to the captain again, and she's just like, listen, this is really, really flimsy. She doesn't want to stake her career on this. God forbid it's wrong. Sending intelligence out to, like, anyway, it makes its way to some Russian journalist. Somebody out there knew a Russian journalist, makes its way to them, and then Russia just bombed the fudge out of them. and literally like 2 days later. And so they did not release this video until after Harambe died. It's like, you know how Thanos didn't want to come to Earth into the 9 realms up until Odin had passed away? Same thing with this. They did not release that training video until Harambe was dead. And literally like 2 days after he died, here comes the video. 2 days after the video, Russia just bombs the crap out of it. For those that don't know, the US and Russia did do some joint military operations over in Syria. So we actually did communicate in a very good way at that time. But yeah, the 4chan literally helped to bring down a ISIS training camp. It was freaking wild. Anywho. And Mr. MSO says, yeah, need to get her on the channel, Randy. You know, I'm going to take a picture of that. I'm going to send it to her because she hasn't come on in a while. I'm going to go and tell my senpai that she needs to come on the channel. Where's she at, girl? All right, hold on. Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you... Okay, there you go. The fans are demanding... Oh, God, I misspelled that. Demanding you come on the channel. Smiley faces, so it doesn't sound aggressive. Okay. A business says, despite how people may feel, Cavella's my guy. Yeah, he's a lot of people's guys. A lot of people like him. A fair amount of people like him. Bob Sale says, I think if Elsa was animated, she could have taken past the first appearance, but because she's not, this stays the first appearance, plus she has the pen going for her too. But Iron Man animated will go past. Yeah, there's a lot less Iron Man on the second one. It's like one of the most beautiful things on the app. Yeah. That's hard. I think the first, I mean, she looks so good. She looks so clean here. But yeah, Elsa's got the little pen thing, whatever that is. Anywho. Bill Gardner says, what up? Yeah, what up, Bill Gardner? Bob Sale says, they added the date for the first pencil today to the old article, quite rather than telling anyone. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, 11th of August, airdrop. Okay, copy that. All right, let me go and put that in my calendar. Oh, I'm, okay, all right. Pencil, airdrop, Ralph. Okay, I'll know what I meant. Oh God, excuse me. Fast food. Nope, not doing that. Oh, I'm sorry, Kara. She's gonna kill me. Mine says the same ages. LOL. We all getting old. We do be getting old though. Lori Brenner says, "Let's freaking go, Lori. How are you?" So I did set this stream for after Lori had gotten off of her spaces, where she was interviewing some of the Cryptoys team. I forget the lady's name, but it was a good interview. I really do like Cryptoys. I think that because they're modeling themselves after Vivi, proven system of success, they know where some of the bumps in the road are. They know where, again, following this system, this proven system, I think they'll do well. They have developed some things, sure. You know, let them cook. I think they'll carve out a decent space for themselves. Deadcoin says, all in on Vivi, so I find is the thing I talk about most. Yeah, same here. I feel like I was in Vegas in February? I was in Vegas a few months ago, earlier this year, and I get my friend Mike was there having his retirement party. Guy I served with, really great dude. He served like 20-something years. And, you know, we sit down. I mean, the party was epic. And then really had to recover the next day. And we get to talking about Vivi, and I just completely info dump on him. I just completely autist the fudge out of this conversation. It's like, oh, by the way, you can go and get these. You can get MCP points. You can go and get OMI. You're going to be able to take OMI. You're going to use it in the app. And he's just like, I really need to work on that. I really need to work on the in-person thing. So him and his wife are just like, yeah, we're not going to do it. No, they did just have another issue why they couldn't really go, you know, balls deep in this right now, partly because he's retiring and is about to not have a job. I think he retired literally 2 months after that. When you're in the military, you build up a lot of leave because in our career field, you just do not get time off ever. So he probably had a good 90 days of leave. House hunting leave, yeah, gets all that stuff. Might even had more. Moving on. What Mama says, gotta have that Olaf and Anna. Dude, this looks so good. I want to put more money in, but I just got those logos. Those were so expensive. I do not need any more. I do not. But again, I'm addicted to this, so I will. Bob Sales says, I'm ready for Lion King. That's the big one. Yeah, agreed. Please give me Mufasa. Oh, give me Mufasa animated. I don't know what I want him to say. You deliberately disobeyed me. No, I got it. You must never go there, Simba. What should we have him say? What is something that, I mean, I don't think they got permission to use the voice, but that'd be awesome. Big Meme says, here's a really bad joke. What do you call an African cow that rules over all of other cows? A Mufasa. All right, that was good. It made me smirk. Aaron says, I need Elsa and Anna. Same. RPM 87 says, buying all of the posters, MCP boosters you recommended, bought me from 40 MCP points a day to 79 per day. There you go, friendo. Get that bread. So you pretty much almost doubled the amount of MCP points you got just from those posters. Good. And I guarantee you didn't even spend over $200 to do that. There's a lot of posters that you can get that people can get. There's one that I don't think I mentioned, which I'll mention right now. Secret rare, and if I did, my bad. The grade school Guernica 2022. That one is its own set, right? Yeah, that is its own set, and it's $35, and it's a secret rare. Heckin' wild. How's the gold and silver Vivi logo doing? Oh, 39 hundo. Not bad. Not really a thin floor. A lot of them have to be bought in order for it to raise a little bit. Like I said, I have 2, and I'm keeping them. Keep that there for right now. Bob Mouse says, hopefully Simba is common. Yeah, dude, if Simba's like an ultra rare and there's 900 of him, oh my god, he would be hundreds of dollars. I would pay 200 for that. Yeah, Simba, oh god, yeah. It'd be wild. What Mama says, gonna start ordering cash and sending dollar bills with cool serial numbers on eBay. Market is way better than I thought. Easy VV drop money. Ordering cash and selling. I guess it could. That might be a good idea. Cool serial numbers. You might have just did something there. You ever like come up with a really cool recipe or something in front of like a bunch of people and somebody goes, you might have just did something right there. Like, I feel like you did something. JL says, I get 796 points per day right now with MCP 37 master for a week. That's really good. Again, I was getting 770 up until today where again, I just bought, a couple of things. So I'm at 816 for the day, but I'm pretty sure I'll go down to like 775-ish. So you're getting a lot. Wes says, I get 2,300 daily MCP points. God damn, Wes is a beast. Beast mode. Well, Mammoth's level 37 here too. Yeah, get it. Ooh. Deadcoin says, I'm getting 2,400 almost 2,500 MCP points per day. You mad lad. Excuse me, I gotta get on your guys' level. I am not on I don't want to say I'm not on a good level. I'm just not on the level I want to be at yet. I only have 500,000 MCP points. I really want to get more. I don't know how I do that. Very limited funds, so we'll see. Stan says, is it just me, but when did the Secret Invasion comic drop? The Secret Invasion comic? There's so many comics that drop every week. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, actually, let me drops. If it's a recent drop. Avengers, we won. Avengers. I'm not seeing a Secret Invasion one. Ultimate X-Men, Incredible Hulk, another Incredible Hulk. Oh, Secret Invasion. July 6th July, almost a month ago. Bob Man says, snipe the 330 rare Scrooge comic today. Ooh. Get it, brother. Get it. My Collectibles says, oh, speaking of people going on and sniping things and getting those low mints, we have a new whale of mine that had gotten not one, not two, not three, but four sub 100 Astro Boys. He's got number 61, 67, 74, and 79. He's Astro Boy crazy. My Collectibles, hi. SquidCat says, what up, Randy and Dashy? Oh, what's going on, SquidCat? I talked about you on the stream before, telling everyone about how many people have how many editions of that gold dragon. BSKA says, Vivi is just trying to change course. Yeah, Vivi making millions a month. Totally time to change course. RPM87 says, what do you think of AF15 Ultra Rare? Do you think it'll keep going, or do you think the floor droppers will ruin the party? I mean, floor droppers can floor drop only for so long. But let's see. Let's take a look at this. The commons at 375. God damn. The uncommons at 218. Okay, the rare. All right, this is what I really, really enjoy in this, because it doesn't. I don't want to say it doesn't make sense. I know why it's happening. But you have the common, uncommon, and secret rare. That's all artwork we've seen before. But the rare and the ultra rare is different artwork. So I'm very, 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 very curious about what that does in the future, because it is a variation. It's exclusive to Vivi. And the ultra rare is about 4x the price of the rare. And the secret rare is about 9x the price of the ultra rare. Okay. Oh, all right. Again, if you want the best of the best, AF15 is a grail. That is 11,000. Anything over $10,000 is a grail, in my opinion. And it just, you can't get that. That's, let's say, I don't know, average mortgage, what, $3,000 a month, give or take, not including everything else. That's almost 4 months of mortgage payments. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And that's for people that can afford houses. A lot of people just, cannot afford houses. If you can't get that, I mean, the people that are super strong-willed and super disciplined and are working overtime and they're working another job on top of that and they're scrimping and they're saving. Yeah, you could save 5 figures. You could save 11. To spend it on one thing, it's a lot. I've certainly done that many times before, and it is a lot. You can do that, but it takes sheer force of will. It takes nerve. It takes time, and by the time you get there, it's possible that it's not just 11,000 anymore. It's possible that it goes up to 13,000. Now you got to save for another couple grand. It's very, very hard to do. So I don't think people will really go for that. I mean, the people that can, they will. Floor price will go up like a mother flapper. But there's a lot of room for the ultra rare to grow, and the ultra rare only has, how many of these did they? Oh, I don't know how many of these that had the. Oh, there's only 500 editions of the ultra rare. Ugh. Yeah. In the bull market, this will be $3,000 minimum. Yeah. This is the best comic on the app, in my opinion. I know MC1 is the first, and no one will take that away. But the difference is quite big between 60,000 and 10,000. There's 50,000 extra editions of MC1. My opinion, AF15 is the best on the app. Then comes MC1. Then comes Fantastic Four number 1. Fantastic Four number 5. There's Journey into Mystery you got to throw in there. You got to throw in a bunch of stuff. But yeah, this, in my opinion, this is number 1 on the app. Yeah. So I say that does really, really well long term. Or where was I? Mark Hunt says, comics for points on the way to go, man. I have 499 comics. I'm going to get 500th tomorrow. Your mom says, hey, Randy, following your Pokemon history, do you have any thoughts on buying and holding graded Pokemon games Like a 7 Pokemon. Oh, a 7. Okay, all right. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Pokemon Diamond graded, and let's see what sure to get here. Okay. If you can get a 9.8 sealed and it's like less than $1,000, or Brilliant Diamond, I don't think anyone's going to care about. It's not that nostalgic. But you get a 9. Oh man, why? So 7s might not be. I mean, in general, keep it. Definitely keep that. Let's do Pokemon Pearl. Graded. Oh, and you can get a Pearl. It's a 9 graded P190, not water or VGA, and that's 4 hundo. Oh, you can get a 9.4 water for $829. Oh my god. Listen, I would. All right, so let me try to take a look at the sold listings on this. Fudge nuggets. Okay, all right, sold. You have. All right, so one sold in late June. Pokemon Pearl. A night, what is that? 85. Sold for 300. Oh no, 414. $414 or 324 euros. So an 85 sold for 414. That 9.8 for 900 or 1,000 is really not that bad. So let me go and do that real quick. Diamond graded, and I'll go to the sales. Sold items really quickly. Oh, even just a VG 75 sold for 400. Yeah, keep that 7.0. Keep that. Keep that like nobody's business. All right, this is a WADA. Oh, whoa, a Diamond WADA 9.8 sold for 635, and this is a couple months ago. Yeah, save that 7.0, and then definitely. I mean, I see a WADA 9.8 going for, it says 989 or best offer. I'd offer 750. Again, if I wanted to like get into that, I 100% think if I had 750 extra, this or OMI, I'm just gonna put into OMI. But this might outperform short term because again, it seems like we have a couple months before OMI's really gonna get kicking. I would like to think later this quarter, and that is possible, but I don't think the OMI utility is really gonna come until Q4. Again, that's just my opinion. Sandbox says, do you know which future drops will offer a pencil? Yes. So obviously I have Wreck-It Ralph and we have the Arendelle series on Friday. Then we will have Lion King at some point, probably next month. And then we will have the Peter Pan, probably the month after. And then you have the Aladdin, probably the month after. But you're going to have, you have until December 31st. That is 31 December, right until the end of the year in order to get all 5 of the pencils in order to craft that desk. Prince always said, my Collectibles should do a parody of himself where he speaks in a Russian accent and introduce himself as our Collectibles, who collects Soviet comic books for April Fool. Okay. Let me try to read that in a Russian accent. My Collectibles should do a parody of himself where he speaks in a Russian accent and introduce himself as our Collectibles, who collects Soviet comic books for April Fools. I would totally watch the shit out of that. Stan says, are independent comics on the roadmap or did they kill it? No. Oh yeah, no, they're totally on the roadmap. When we get those, I don't know. My Collectibles, peace, man. Bosco says, OMI might do an all-time low. Continue playing the best. I would love it if it would. I would totally buy more. Again, you had the community update where they did not mention OMI by name, and it did do a dip, but it stayed above 0006. And then you had today, a very dark day for both stocks and crypto, had a lot of knee-jerk reactions, and OMI outperformed them all. There's just so few liquidity down here. If this didn't, or I just don't know what will. You could get a big whale that could get liquidated, and somewhere else, and they need the funds, and let's say they bought it 4 zeros, and they're like, you know what, fudge it, I'll sell here, and they do. Yeah, you could have something like that, bring the price down, but for the most part, this is really not a bad DCA zone, in my opinion. Mark D says, Nifty's bit the dust. One by one, they all fall down. Yeah, everything. I don't want to say everything because you do have other platforms making money. You have Hero, which makes money. You have McFarlane, which has made money. And it looks like it'll continue to do so, at least for the next short term. I don't think you have a... Yeah, there's not a lot of other companies or platforms that can make money. Vivi will probably in like 10 years be like, hey, you're a monopoly. You gotta break it up. No one else is gonna do what Vivi's done. No one else, like, it's not even close, not even a hard call. And even when other systems find success, like let's say McFarlane goes and they're advertising to Web3. Sure, they'll get some people. They'll get some people to go over there and they'll see the Todd, they'll see the Bane, they'll see Superman, which can't be brought up above 6 inches, and no one's gonna want that. But you go and they'll see that and like, okay, this is cool, and they'll buy whatever they like from there, and they'll say, oh, what else can I buy? And they'll find Vivi, and then they'll buy Vivi, and then they're gonna think, oh, hey, I get rewarded for buying and holding. I get rewarded for collecting. Every time I buy, every time I do anything on the app, I get rewarded. And then it becomes harder to buy on other platforms because every single dollar that you use on another platform is money that's not going on to Vivi. It's money that's not being used to catapult yourself onto the leaderboard or onto the top 500 wallets. And many people like myself are wanting to do that. So I remember a few years ago when Ford announced like their electric truck. Ford announced their electric truck, and the Google search words for Tesla increased. Again, Ford announces electric truck, the amount of people searching for Tesla increases on Google. The same thing is happening here, where other companies are advertising to Web3, and Google search trends are leaning towards Vivi. This is stupid. Guys got to read the hieroglyphs on the cave wall here. The Vivi's won this decade. Moving on. Basco says NFTs are dead. Is music or next coming back? I'm going to assume that English is not the first language, so I'll give you a break on that. But clearly, as I've said, they make millions per month. Everyone in the system wants to be on Vivi. The same way that the hit song in Aristocats is "Everybody Wants to Be a Cat." Everybody wants to come on Vivi. Mark Hunt says, "OMI's going to the moon, whether you're ready or not." It will. I would imagine it would probably be, like I said, in Q4 we'll start to see it move. I don't really expect it beforehand. Could it happen in Q3? Sure. Also, if everyone can go and smash that like button, it's a free way to help support the channel on Freeways or Patreon. You know. Okay. Moving on here. Mark D says, there can be only one. Beska is going to the moon. Maybe he's going to go through the center of the earth first to get there. I don't know what that means. This says Polygon Matic is a much better investment. You know, like they're going to like a completely different thing, right? And again, I like it because Earth 2's on there, but no, it's not at all. Or it says only Vivi is a blessing at this price. Oh, agreed, 100,000%. So anyway, we are just going to go and get rid of the troll. So yeah, What Mama says, I'm going to be talking some bone profit soon and buy OMI. Get that bread. Any type of profits that go into OMI. Again, when GrumpyCat moons, what do you think I'm doing? Like, I'll hold a decent amount to $100 million market cap, because I said if GrumpyCat hits $100 million market cap, I will get a GrumpyCat tattoo. It's not something I want to do. And then they decide to get all these exchanges, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll 100%. Some of that's going to go into OMI. Same thing with 4chan. Stan says, what's happening with Bone? I don't know. I don't really know what Bone is, so I'm gonna pretend to act like, oh yeah, I have no idea. Almost like clean. Damn, life do be cruel sometimes. Randy, are you sure OMI will be their primary currency in the Viviverse? Yes, I am. Again, could there be I mean, is it going to be the only thing we could use in the Viviverse? No, there'll probably be other things, but you'll most likely be heavily incentivized to use OMI over everything else. And that's it. That's the show. Thank you all for coming. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing those super thanks. Everyone say bye-bye Dashy. Bye-bye Dashy. Please subscribe. Thank you for the super chats. Ray Thax, I love you all. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Good luck on the drop tomorrow, and Tina and Rudy Garcia will be coming on the podcast tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then I'll do that video. I'll go live for the drop on Friday. It's gonna be a good couple of days. Mark Cohen says, "Thanks, bruh. Good show as always. Thanks, guys." Meow, 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 meow.